As you can tell, I'm up past my bedtime. It's 3:04 a.m. I know that's not good for me, but I had a friend who was having some problems, and there's some times where you just have to get off your schedule. But what I thought I would do if these batteries last, I gotta buy a different brand. I want to show you some of the books now. Renee has all the books in her room in a nice case, but I have some out here that I thought maybe you guys would be interested in. I love this one. It's 2002 Ways to Show Your Kids You Love Them. And even just having the book, the kids feel loved. When my children were in foster care, when I was in the hospital being treated for anorexia and bipolar, this book, I liked the red, and it was gold here. I'm very shaky. It took me through the torture of them being gone. This one is what I call Open Anywhere book. It's Inner Simplicity, 100 Ways to Regain Peace and Nourish Your Soul. So you can just open it up. It says, Realize the Importance of Self-Discipline, page number 60. Love this book. When I was very ill, I had a friend pray for me, and she gave me her Holy Bible. It was very important for her to help me. Years ago, I ordered this especially for the children. It was Dharma Family Treasures, Sharing Buddhism with Children. Oh my God, and there's one funny story I'm not going to have time to tell you, but I laugh so hard. I'll tell it another time. When I was in university, Richard Resdeck, he wrote The Brain, and he also wrote The Mind, so it was just, I've always been incredibly fascinated. Here's another open where you can find, you want to open it. Meditation, the four-step course to calmness and clarity. And it says, the heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion or fear, resentment or love. What seeds will you plant there? Very good. This was phenomenal. It's called My Stroke of Insight, and Jill Bolt Taylor, she's on TED, which is on YouTube, and she describes what it was like when she had a stroke, and she's a neuroscientist herself. So she was able to experience what she was experiencing and know what it was. A Day in the Life of Ivan Devinovich by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. This is one day in a Russian concentration camp. No, it was called, it's an anguished scream from deep inside the heart of Soviet Union. He was there from 1945, 8 years later, in a concentration camp, and he won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1970. And check and see if you can see more. Okay, it's working. This is called Gap Creek. It's an Oprah Book Club book. I don't usually buy books firsthand, but oh my God, it's not in the 1901 is the year. The work they had to do to survive was unbelievable, and the work that fell on the female character, the main character, all the work she did, it was unbelievable. And here's actually a little book called Those Were the Days, and this was a book written the same kind of thing as Gap Creek. This is fiction, but this was true. My father was from a place called Chester in Nova Scotia, and this was a woman who lived in Chester and wrote all the things that the women used to do and what life was like in the olden days. This one here, Self-Defeating Behaviors. Free yourself from the habits, compulsions, feelings, and attitudes that hold you back. Boy, it's very well underlined, that's for sure. Now this changed my life. When I was 15 years old, I read Gandhi's autobiography. The covers are gone. This book changed my life. It was very boring in spots, but I read every single bit. And it made me realize how to be humble. It was wonderful. Now this one, the Family Patterns Workbook, I did this when I was first married, and it says, many of our personal distresses and conflicts spring from our family legacy of thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. Alcoholism, debilitating anger, and feelings about money, sex, and work. Indeed, much of our inner life and outer actions can all be traced back to our family of origin. The Family Patterns Workbook offers you strategies for assessing your family's dynamics and teaches you ways to make healthy changes you want and how those patterns play out in your life. In it, you are encouraged to both discover and evaluate your memories, feelings, and experiences through a much-tested journaling program and thus create a more conscious and healthy inner life. I wrote a lot. Now, these two are my favorite because I can look at them forever and ever and ever. That's the Flatiron Building in New York, and every time I see a movie or a TV show, I'm like, Flatiron Building, the kids are like, Flatiron Building, Acropolis, and I don't know what that's called, but, so yes, I have a love of architecture. Oh, here's beside me, Victor gave me this, it's a trophy, #1 mom. God love him, he's such a good boy. And there were two more. I agonized over buying this, but it was a store that was closing out. The World of Art. Oh, I've looked through this many times, and it's actually, I can't open it because there's leaves in it. And this is something Renee bought me. It's my second copy of it. I love chemistry. I was one of those sick people in university who just loved all the hard work. And there's one more that I wanted to show you, and I just had it. Oh, here it is. If my camera's still working. I had so many books, huge bookcases that made this whole apartment dark. So I had to get rid of them, but so I bought this. This has helped me because I always felt an obsession, like I had to keep the book, I had to keep the book, I had to keep the book, I had to keep it. But this, all I have to do is 501 must-read books. Like I can just read about any book. Oh look, there's Albert Einstein. So this book has helped me feel part of the world. Yeah, even the smell. Yes, and one more that I just remembered, because you know Renee, my daughter, I hope you guys have been able to see all these books. She saw Dating Again, but it says it's Boomer's Guide to Dating Again. Now that's like from 46 to 65, that generation, and I'm 71, but I think she's giving me a hint. And yeah, those are the type of things I like to read, and good thing Renee's not asleep because I could probably bring out a lot more books. Actually, one book I really love is called The Body Has a Head, and it's an analysis of the history of medicine. And I also like Ecclesiastes. He wrote Oedipus Rex, and I love that. That's where you get the Oedipus complex. So I will let you go now, and oh, one more. Besides the dictionary, I showed you guys this for charting your goals. I'm still focusing on it. I have not thrown it away. I've been tempted. So, oh, and look, Victor left this out here. He loved this movie. Oh, Victor, he's so good. He's so good. And so is Forrest Gump. So everybody, maybe one day I'll do what's on your desk. And in the past I showed you guys this, but I didn't hold it up well enough. There was a woman named Maud Lewis who was a folk art painter, and this is a replica of her house. It's the tiniest thing. And her house is actually inside the Nova Scotia Museum in Halifax. The house is in the museum. Anyway, I've been there. It's very cool. So love you all. Hope you were interested. I hope it all worked out, showed, and you could see the words and self-defeating behavior. It says some of my patients would not need therapy if they would read this book. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.